Hello, everyone. Thank you for your patience as we get online. I'm talking because I'm pretty sure that we are live.
Mysteriously missing.
Where are my glasses?
Your glasses are on the bathroom counter.
You could wear my glasses.
I could not wear your glasses. Hello, everybody. I'm assuming we
Yes,
are live.
we're live. We're live. If I have some grass anywhere, and I'm talking about the grass that you cut. You see, look at this twigs.
The grass that a lawn is made
A lawn is made
Saying
out
that
of.
it's grass that you cut
That's
does
true.
not make.
I don't know.
Can you hand me the cards?
Anyways, lawn grass or tomato seeds. It's because I just came in from working in the yard that I think is going to defeat me.
Is that any attitude to have? Hello, everybody, and welcome to Ice Cream Sundays with Nougats of Truth. We are rough and ready today, as it were. I can't find my glasses anywhere, so you'll have to excuse me. Been doing a lot of computer work, so my eyes are a little bit tired. I feel like I just look like a mess right now. But here it is. You get it. This is real me at this moment in time on this beautiful Sunday here on the Big Island of Hawaii. Ice Cream Sundays with Nougats of Truth. My name is Rose with Live by Design.
Marita, one who catches lightning with the path of each.
I think it's funny that you do it in that voice every time. You should change it up next time. Be like, I'm Marita, one who catches lightning with the path of each.
I don't think I could do it that well.
I think you could. We are doing Ice Cream Sundays and Nougats of Truth, which is our free live.
Free.
Look.
That's
Card reading and clearing offering. You'll notice the amazing backdrop that we have. Spinning fan, dark shadows, cat trying to break out our screen door. Can you take over for a second?
So we are real, we are live. We had a better setup when we lived in California, but we really haven't been able to find something that works.
We'll adjust.
We'll adjust.
We
That's
will
okay.
at some point. We've had bigger priorities. We've had bigger fish to fry. We are now stewards of an 8-acre property. We've been doing this for managing this property that we technically own for over a year.
Mm-hmm.
So we haven't really focused on creating perfect little live backdrops. We've been doing a lot of other stuff. So just to give you a rundown, welcome back if you are familiar with us, and welcome if you are new. We are going to do the following today. We will have, first of all, once we get through this small chitty chat talk, I'm going to do a live reading, card reading that is actually for the week ahead. It's going to just be for the whole group. You can take it or leave it. It's my read on the energies that are occurring based on this card deck that I'm using and my own intuitive work. During that time, did you want to say something?
No, I was going to say the non-disclosure.
Oh, say it.
What is it again? This is only for entertainment purposes only.
Yeah, don't go, buying a house or quitting your job or, getting some major medical thing or skipping some major medical thing based on what we said. That is your decision. We highly recommend that you consult people who are experts in their fields, aka we are not doctors. We are not acting as therapists. We are not lawyers. We are not financial advisors. There you go. Buyer beware. And you're not buying anything. So there you go. So while I'm doing this card reading for the group, with that caveat in mind, Marita is going to be taking down names of whoever is interested in getting a free reading or a free clearing. We will only be doing 3 over the course of this live. 3. And once you put your name in, we will draw from like a randomizer that we use in order to pick who actually gets to go. So we do this because it allows different people a chance to get their names in, as opposed to just giving the priority to people who are here first. Because what ended up happening was people who already knew us would always get here at the very beginning, and then folks who were just coming across our work and obviously impressed by our fucking amazing background, our excellent makeup, and our fantastic outfits, and more like, I really want to get a reading from those badasses. Well, they didn't get the chance because it was first come, first serve. So if this has just been shared with you and you are joining us, welcome, 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 welcome.
Rules of engagement.
Well, first, let's just say,
No.
Sharing is caring, as Marita likes to say so much.
And sharing is free.
Sharing is one of the ways that you can support us as healers, readers, guides, teachers out in the world. You know, having our work and our message and the energy and our authenticity spread wider to new people. You never know what one person is going to be like, wow, I just usually scroll by you guys, and then my friend posted you, and I decided to watch one day, and I love your readings, or I love your clearings, and I love how funny and authentic and down to earth, but still also right on target you guys are with the work that you do. We hear that a lot, actually, despite the jokes that I was making about our outfits and our backdrop and everything. We have a lot of people come to us that say that they respect what we say in the online space. I'm like, frankly, there's a lot of spiritual noise out there. Yeah. So yes, now rules of engagement. Yes, please.
I think one of the reasons that we are respected is because we hold a very respectful and space of integrity. I do try my best to keep spammers out. If they are watching now or later, I try to block them. Please let me know. We don't allow that here. So I'm just letting you know, if you are trying to get business, do your own live.
People probably won't listen or respect.
But that being said, one of the reasons that we do hold integrity is we ask. So just because you want a card reading, right? Sometimes you just like, oh, I'll have a card, right? Oh, sure. And then you get to it and you're like, wait a minute, what did I just sign up for? So this is how you sign up. I will be taking names and I will do a randomizer, really at random.org it's called, and do a list, and we'll pick 3 of those names. This is how you get on my little magical chicken scratching list, right? That sometimes I can't even read my own handwriting.
This is true.
You say, if you want a chakra, ice cream chakra clearing, here, the only place where you can get them is you say chakra clearing and permission granted. So there's that piece that a lot of people don't ask for. They just think that the yes or the ask is the permission. But we like to make sure that you are very, very sure. And we sometimes will ask again before we do it. So chakra clearing, permission granted. If you want a card, no general topics, please ask a question, and then permission granted. And then I will write down the names. Once Rose is done with the card reading for the week, we will select 3 people, work with them for about 5 minutes each. If you want more time, we hold small circles 3 Thursdays of the month. It is on my Patreon, The Path of Ish. You can look up Patreon. I can drop it here. It's about $20 and you get much more time. We do only 5 people. We do an hour and a half when we go into really, really deep readings. So if you want to get 2 practitioners who together combine life, and not just life experience, but spiritual experiences. Wow, it's almost like 80 years or something on this. Yeah, it's like 80 years of spiritual life experience and work and study and training. I've been trained all my life.
Probably just shy of 80 years.
Shy of 80.
I haven't been trained my whole life. It's been since I was, 5 or 6 or something.
So there you go. Not the whole, just those first 5 years where she was just,
I was a nature child.
In a motorcycle gang.
No, but I definitely had a strong connection with the little people during that time, because I would always.
So I think you were fine. Places. So that being said, sign up for our Patreon.
So 80 plus years.
80 plus years of experience. So that's one container that's really low cost that you can get in. Rose also has another container coming up, and so do I, and we'll talk about those later. They're Yours is coming up on Friday.
Yep, this coming Friday, which is June 11th. We're in the US, Hawaii time, at 1 p.m. Hawaii time. I'm going to be actually hosting a free masterclass that is about, it's actually focused on copywriting. It's focused on, I work a lot in the area where like personal development and spiritual work and sort of business creation intersect. So yeah, I'll be hosting that this coming Friday. It is going to be an amazing masterclass. It's not going to be kind of like a basic introduction to copywriting. It's more going to be about, you know, when you are putting your message out into the world as a business owner, as an entrepreneur, often like as a coach or a spiritual healer or anything like that. How can you write in a way that it doesn't just say, like, it doesn't, first of all, turn people off and you lose people because it sounds too vague, too emotional, but like not really tangible enough, or it sounds like everybody else, you know, where you are shying away from the pieces that actually make you stand out, that carry the activation of your particular magic, which really fucking matters. Actually, it matters as a business owner, but it also just matters like in the world matters. And it's going to actually help you get people to convert, because if your people don't really understand what you do, they don't really feel the energy of who you are, and you don't actually get to feel the energy of being expressed in a way that lights you up, like that's a triple threat. That's exactly what you don't want. So I'm going to help you work on some tips, just things I see super commonly happening in the industry right now. I do bring that spiritual aspect to it. So check it out. We will put a link in the comments. It's donation based. You can go totally for free. But if you want to
$1.
actually, you can do, yeah, it's super cheap. You can actually just attend it live in my group. But if you want me to do some spot coaching on a piece of your copywriting, like a sales page or a Facebook post or anything, you will need to actually sign up via Eventbrite and join the Zoom meeting, because I'm not going to try to look at people's copywriting while chatting with them on Facebook. It's just too much.
Okay.
It's called Incantation.
Incantation. We'll write it down later.
Cool.
Hello, John. Hello, Moon Willow. Hello, Marianne. Hello, Debbie.
Hi, everybody.
Bianca says it looks like we work out. Was it this?
Is it because we just look informal and
exactly.
sweaty?
I know. It's hot. We live in Hawaii.
We do work
with
out.
Sean.
It's called yard work.
Deborah.
I really miss working out, to be honest.
I kind of was like, maybe I will work out today. Maybe I'll lift some weights instead of going out there and trying to.
Instead of lifting a breaker bar.
Oh, breaker bar. And I could do that. I just. Anyways,
sometimes you just got to work out for yourself.
I know, that's what I was thinking.
I think you should
work on my triceps.
Do some try pushes. Okay.
So here we go.
Do the card reading for the week, and then once I am done with this, we will be drawing names. So if you want to get your name
in, you still can get your name in. Chakra clearing, permission granted. Card, topic, permission granted. I will add you to the list. We will draw 3. So I've only got a few people down so far. So here's your time. We also do a clearing for the group at the end that anyone can participate in if they agree to.
Also, just to let you folks know, we are probably
weird, this caption.
Whoa, I don't know what's going on with the captions. They're shaky. Those captions are looking wacky. I don't know if they, let us know if they look weird on your end. We're just seeing these weird like bars. It looks like letters have like other stuff over the top of them. We are likely going to be reducing this offer to once a month very soon, because our businesses are growing. We have many commitments in our life, and yeah, it's just, we've been doing this for about 3 years almost, and it's time for a little switch up. So it might be that you're not going to have access to us for very much longer in this space as frequently. Just putting that out there. I know for a lot of people, it actually isn't going to make a difference. You're going to wait till we're like so expensive that you have a really hard time accessing us. And for some reason, that's going to work for you. I get it. Like, I've invested large amounts of money in myself, in my own development, in my education. And sometimes it just feels good to make that choice to invest in yourself. Okay. Yeah, we're not cheap either. Just letting you know.
Oh, Chris Brown.
It just astounds me, actually.
Okay. Vámonos. Oh, we don't have a long time.
Shh. Con paciencia.
She's speaking Spanish to me. Here, hold.
Vanna.
Goddess of Teotihuacan.
She guards the waters of life.
Teotihuacan is a place outside of Mexico, la Ciudad de Mexico, where I was born. And the waters, other than the waters of life, Mexico City was actually constructed on a lake because there was a prophecy to construct a city to the gods when they found an eagle eating a serpent, and they found an eagle eating a serpent on a cactus in the middle of the lake. So Mexico, when it was first created, was very much like Venice. There's still pictures, if you go into old pictures of La Ciudad de Mexico in like the 20s and the 30s, you will still see canals. Then there's un rumbo, un barrio, one place where you can still go, neighborhood, which is called Xochimilco, and you can ride they're not pergolas, they're a little bit bigger, and I love them because you can, then the mariachis will come in their own, and then the woman making quesadillas and stuff like that will come, and then they'll just like float with you, and you're like being serenaded and eating quesadillas, and you're just like,
How come we did not do that when we went?
I don't think we have time.
Oh, we gotta go back. So, this is about a period of purification and cleansing leading to enhanced fertility. So the goddess of the waters, she guards the waters of life. It's okay. This card is coming to help you understand that it's time to cut some cords, cleanse some things, and it's going to result in a lot more creative energy, a lot more fertility. And when I say fertility, I feel like it's generally understood that I'm not just talking about like having a baby. I'm talking about many different kinds of fertility. Fertility as a business owner could be, getting really creative with amazing new projects, or creating a lot of content, or just like, finishing incredible things that you're working, like it could mean anything when it comes to like what realm of your life this fertility is actually in. It's not about necessarily physical fertility. And it's saying that you will be protected and supported at a really deep level in what's coming, but you do have to actually cut some cords. And there's talking about a few different things that like these negative influences, and the one I feel like we need to talk about because it's super, super common, I know I use it all the time, is particular types of entertainment and media, and how they actually contribute to stopping you from like rising to the next level. If you're somebody who tends to have like a lot of anxiety, for example, there might be shows that are contributing to your anxiety that you are underestimating how much they contribute. They're distracting you for a minute. They're giving you the high of like anxiety, because anxiety is a high. But long term, they're going to get in the way. It's like if you eat really, really unhealthy and you're changing all these other parts of your lifestyle, eventually, if you're trying to like up level, sometimes when one area hasn't really like shifted for a while, it's going to stop you from moving as far up or forward, I should say, as you're trying to. Okay. The next one is this one.
Mt.Shasta.
This one's come up before.
Star of Venus.
I remember this one. Oh, supports an inner shift to higher consciousness. And interestingly, I remember why this came up before, because this is talking about healing economic and financial matters in your own life and the world. So if you think about those two paired together, I kind of love this. I feel like it's perfect. We're talking about clearing out all of these things that, are we doing a dance now? We're talking about clearing out all of these things, or maybe particular things. You don't need to do everything at once, but if you know which ones you have to clear out, like pick a couple and work on them. Okay. What?
I'm just watching because it's delayed. So I'm like,
Oh. If you know, pick a couple and just like work on it with your discipline and your willpower, and like have other things to take their place. Music is a great example. If you've been watching tons of Netflix like I have during this pandemic, and you're having a really hard time letting go of your amazing stories, then, you know, like I love stories. I love storytelling. I love movies. I love film. I love the fantasy. I love the journey they take me on. Start integrating music proactively into your practices, into the way you work, into your downtime, and it will help you by giving you something that nurtures you and feeds you in a way that will help like break the habit around particularly like news, media, being online without any reason to be online, or like Netflix and entertainment when you need to actually like not be watching the same season of something for a fifth time. I'm calling us out as well right now. Don't. We only speak the truth as clear as we got it.
I'm a Netflixer.
And then from that place of cleansing, from that place of purification, again, not at once, pick a couple things and focus on them. You know what the high value things are going to be to change. You are going to have more fertility, more creative energy, more ideas, more capacity for growth. And this is coming with that second card, this ability to heal areas of financial and economic health, both within yourself and your own family and your own life, as well as supporting that shift happening in the world. So that's an amazing pairing right there. That is the reading for the week ahead. Sounds like a really amazing week to take advantage of, because here's the thing, when there's stuff happening in the air, it means that when you shift your habits, it's like you're also leveraging the energy that's already helping you in that direction. So it makes it easier when the world is already set up to support you in taking those actions and making those changes, as opposed to trying to do it at another time where they're like, hunker down, get in, watch your Netflix, just chill out for a little bit and take a break from the world.
We also have, I've been reading a lot. There's a gateway today, 6/6, and we have a solar eclipse happening with the new moon. So it's a big week. It's a big week for a breakthrough. Hey!
I feel like this whole past year has been quite an intense year in the cosmos, in astrology, in terms of what's going on in the cosmos, astronomy wise as well. And this year continues to be so. And I thought, like, isn't there something just happening all the goddamn time? I feel like it's always like an eclipse, a gateway, or whatever. And to some degree that's true, but also to some degree the past year and a half has been actually a very intense, active time when it comes to, again, what's going on in the collective, in the cosmos, whatever you want to call it. So sometimes it's not just like everybody's talking about something. Actually, there is a lot of stuff happening, and this is one of those times. So there you go. There's the reading for the week. We have got a card that's going to help us hold it down for the rest of the, which is perfect because aren't we in the thing of the deer? All right, Marita has been taking down names and did a randomizer. By the way, Myself and my partner, we both have our own businesses. So this is one of the few offerings that we actually do together collectively, like in a different team type of way. There's sometimes where we'll pop in and out of each other's offerings as like a guest, but there's only a couple ways that you can actually work with us as a team. And we are powerful as a team. If you've been here before, you know, because you've seen how we have different value adds for this work and the different perspectives that we bring and the different life experiences that we bring. So yeah, if you want to get more of this, then you should definitely check out our Patreon, check out our moon ceremonies, and some of the other things that we do together. Cool. Are we ready?
With that being said, we got Debbie Sprakey first, and then we have Deborah, if you're still on with Debbie and Deborah. It's a list randomizer. I didn't do it. List.org or random.org it's called. And then Sam, if you're still with us, let us know. So Debbie, good. Deborah, you would be next. Let us know. If not, I'll go on to the next name. Sam, if you're still here, let us know.
Is that Sam?
Nope.
Sam?
Nope.
Oh no, different Sam.
So let's start with the clearing.
And this clearing is for Debbie or Deborah?
Debbie.
Debbie, okay.
Can you do it again?
I have a feeling you just want this.
Yes, I do. Okay. So Deborah, you're next. So Debbie, the flavor that I'm getting is cookies and cream, and not like store-bought. Like I'm talking about, you took your Oreos, you mashed them up yourself, and you put them in. And a lot of what this is about really is about two things. Number one, inner child, and returning to that time of curiosity and playfulness. And this ties into number two, which is creativity, right? There has been a desert time for you. And this is saying that to get out of that desert or that funk, that writer's block, that I can't finish my painting or whatever you do, you have to start doing, right? And as someone who talks a lot about being a being and not being a human doing, but there's still something about movement, right? A spark that has to happen. And so sometimes one of the reasons you hear people say painters paint every day. And the reason to do that is that you got, irregardless if you're feeling the flow or not, you have to practice. And if you're a painter, you practice that painting. Whether you agree with that statement or not, I sometimes disagree with it. But this is saying there's something about a daily practice that you can even create or go back to that gives you that zhuzh again. And it says that your inner child is the one to know, because it was your inner child who was curious, who was like, I really like Oreos and I really like vanilla ice cream. And I think they should be together. And the mom was like, you're crazy. And you're like, I think this is brilliant. And you went and did it, right? No one was hard. I mean, it's a lot of sugar. But it's about that ability to put those things and be okay. I just did a post today that said, make mistakes. And it's our inability, if we are creatures who learn by mistakes. We just are. And if we don't allow ourselves to make mistakes because of perfectionism, then we're not allowing ourselves our humanity, our creatureness, our ability to learn and to grow. So if you kind of phrase it that way, we get all the out of making mistakes and learn that it's a natural process. And if you don't allow that natural process, you're actually denying yourself. So that's what's coming in.
It's interesting, Debbie. I actually got jelly bean as my flavor, which I find funny because I tend to associate jelly beans often also with kind of childlike energy and playfulness. But there was something really, it's like that Willy Wonka vibe, where it's not just like a jelly bean that you like buy in the store and it's really like dry and it's probably been sitting in its little packet on the shelf for so long that it's just become completely stale. This is like fresh, soft, like all the different flavors you could imagine. You know, if you could imagine that there was a fruit this flavor, then there is a jelly bean this flavor. It's that very Willy Wonka chocolate factory, like fantastic, gooey, delicious kind of vibe. And for me, this connects so strongly to the imagination.
Mm-hmm.
It connects so strongly to the imagination, to delight, to and also to the energy of creation. So interestingly, we had this reading for the week, right? About clearing things out that are negative influences and how this is going to bring in a period of more fertility and how this is going to help, you know, heal economic stuff. And what I'm really sensing is like this jelly bean flavor that is so like about this really like Willy Wonka was masterful. You know, this is not a story about a guy who like just mass produced a bunch of stuff and was half-assed. He was an artiste, you know, the lengths to which he went to put all these amazing flavors and test them and see if they worked and see if people liked them and see like if they tasted right and like all of this stuff. It was like magic. It was like art. And so my sense for you is this is coming through for the connection between your third eye, your intuition, and your second chakra, which is about creativity, right? So we got here to here. It's like just below the top to just above the bottom. And our imaginations and our intuition and our like creativity are so deeply tied together. And so this is to help connect the pathway between the two, and really also is supported by that childlike energy, that just, you know, so this is to support that creation.
And also Willy Wonka made mistakes, failed many times. And so there's something about like, I think your block, as you're talking about with your juju, is this fear of failure. They're having a block with juju. Is this fear of failure, you know, and you have to fail so you cannot stop doing it. So sometimes when we have that block, it's because we're afraid of like, well, if I do something, it's not going to move, or this and this. And sometimes you just got to try different things.
And also, you are focused on failure when you need to be focused on delight. It's like when we are like, oh no, I don't think they're going to want me to be a part of their thing. I don't think I get to be a part of that club. I don't think this person's going to reject me. And we stop thinking about whether or not we actually want that person in our lives. It's the same idea. It's like you're focused on the failure, but when you need to focus on is like, does this actually delight me? How can I delight myself and whatever I'm trying to create, people that I'm trying to support?
So let us know if that's landing. And Renee, your little cat in your little thing that popped up is so cute. We love cats over here.
Our cats are napping and the dog is asleep next to us as well. So everybody's playing really nice right now. Fingers crossed.
Okay.
Don't jinx us. All right. Hope that landed for you, Debbie. Disconnecting.
Okay, Deborah, making sure you're still here. After that, we have Sam, and then we're going to do the group clearing and then wrap it up. Again, if you want to join Rose on Friday in her donation event, that includes the empowerment and the courage of how to have a voice, then she will be dropping that in the comments later. I dropped off something in the comments about something that I'm doing in 2 weeks' time, which is if you've ever wondered, should I work with that incredible being over there that at the Jaguar path, the path of Ish.
Many people wonder this.
They do. They're just like, you know, I'm going to be having a 2-hour event where you'll get to know me a little bit more. You'll get to meet my students, and you can hear what it's like to work and learn from someone who comes from an oral tradition and who is native and indigenous. And so how that's kind of a different space and how that's held. And then we'll go into a meditation and meet the jaguars, and they will then tell you what you should be doing. I'm not going to tell you. And so there will be meditation, there will be support for 2 hours, and then a time to just ask me questions. So Deborah, we're ready to go. Vámonos. She wants a card about her dog. If the dog's gonna get better. I hope your dog does get better. And it's nice to see you, Deborah, again.
Speaking of dogs, silent, but is what's happening right now. I don't know if you're aware.
No. Thanks again if you're joining us. If you're new to us, this is Marita, one who catches lightning with the path of Ish. They, them. Please don't call me sister. And this is Rose with Live by Design. And we both have our own businesses. This is a joint offering that we do for free for the community. We've been doing this for 2 years, almost every Sunday. And we're getting to the point that we're going to kind of slow it down and probably just do it 1 or 2 Sundays a month. So catch us, join our group so you know when we're going live. So Deborah, here is your card about your dog, and Sam, you would be next, so stay tuned. Thank you so much for joining us. Sharing is caring, and caring is free. Yeah, exactly. That's what I think too. So let me show you the card, Deborah. You have Kente, which is sweet paradox of empowering grace. Now, one of the images here, other than that beautiful kind of Joshua tree, is, ¿cómo se dice? Picaflor, hummingbird. Picaflores hummingbirds are also known in many indigenous tribes as a baby eagle, so it carries kind of the same message. Picaflores also are guardians. They're about protecting your boundaries and your borders, and it's also a messenger and one who can go between the worlds as someone who helps people pass.
Here's the energy that I'm getting from this card. You know, this card is about spiritual grace, and to some degree it is talking about how sometimes you can overcome like these big obstacles. I honestly don't know if your dog's going to be okay, though. That's the straight truth, honest read on this card. But what I do sense is that it's really important for you to connect to the grace where you can recognize, like, for example, you know, sometimes we have a rescue butterfly right now in our care, and I was just thinking about it because the butterfly may only live for like a couple weeks. It's not the same as having a companion where you've been with them for a long time, but there's times when our only task is really to just give another being in our care the utmost grace that we can give them. And maybe the outcome will be good, but that wasn't the initial read that I got off this card in terms of like, is your dog going to be physically okay? It's possible, but I think you need to focus your energy on like making the time as beautiful as you can and having a connection with that sense of grace within yourself as well. What's your read on this?
Yeah, that would be true. You know, I think sometimes, again, is we think that better means a certain thing, right? And sometimes all we can do is make sure that for that being, right, to be able to just really honor the time and be grateful for the time that we have. We have also a very elderly cat, and every morning I'm like, I don't know if she's if she's gonna make it. We have no idea. So one of the things that I do is I try to, when I go to bed and I'm not already half asleep walking into my bed, make a conscious connection to her, to thank her for that day. I'm getting all teary.
Yeah,
and
that's emotional.
And wish her a good night, you know, because I don't know if she will make it, because she really fluctuates in health. And the same thing with Leopold. I sing little songs, and I sing Leopold, thank you for this day. It's so beautiful. And if you sleep and sleep well tonight and don't wake up, then thank you for that time. So I think this is really about honoring the time that you have, because if you keep thinking if this is going to change or get better in your idea, you're going to miss spending time with your friend.
It's really interesting because just as you were saying that, it just reminded me, you know, when I say
Just checking on the butterfly.
Goodbye to Marita, or I say, you know, or I'm visiting with the kitties, or anytime they're coming in and out, all the creatures in my life, all the things that I'm close to, I always have this awareness that like I might not see them again. I might not talk to them again. They might not wake up. You know, I mean, my awareness rises and falls. Sometimes it's very, very present, like at the top, you know, when I hear about people who I care about passing, or people they love passing, or something else brings it like really intimately like into this emotional space of loss. But in general, honestly, it has helped me have experiences with people and beings that like have left my life. Some of them hopefully temporarily, you know, like the case of Wiki, who's our cat that went missing. But you know, I spent a whole summer just like soaking up her love and her presence, and I didn't know she was going anywhere. And when she went missing, it was like every pause that I took, instead of being like, oh, you know, every time that I had just really soaked in the experience of love and given her love, I was so grateful for that I have made that choice. So that feels like the energy of what's coming through. Honestly, I wish I could say that this card and my read was like, your dog's gonna be fine, but I honestly don't know. And I don't think it's clear that that is the outcome. It may go either way.
Okay, Deborah.
It's good to see you again, Deborah. I'm sorry it's not on a happier note, but I hope your dog is okay. I hope it works out, and then you just get to have had a lot of like tender love with your dog, and then it ends up being fine, you know? It can go that way too.
Okay. Is Sam still in the house waiting for a card? Let us know if you're still here, Sam.
Otherwise, we're going to move to the next person on our random list. It pays to stick around, folks.
Good, Deborah. I'm glad that it made sense. Sam is here. Okay, let's do a card looking for some message from a loved one from beyond.
Okay. I was just remembering something funny. Not related.
Let's do this. I can't. I don't know how to ring that bell.
How do you not know how to ring a bell? You just go like this.
I know.
Just side to side, lover. Side to side.
Let's do this. Okay, there you go.
God, you're funny. Huh.
Hold both or just one?
No, just wait a second.
Deborah, I'm glad that it hit home on so many levels, and thank you so much. It's good to see you again. Hope to see you on an ice cream sundae soon. Social. My goodness, I forget the name. I name things and then I forget what they are.
Well, Sundays and social sounds so similar too.
That's true.
But they're both on the ice cream theme. What are you gonna do?
Stay on brand. So after this card, we're going to do a general clearing for the group. The way that you participate is to write in the comments permission granted, whether you're watching now or later. If you do not write permission granted in the comments, you will not receive the benefits of the clearing. The funny thing is, sometimes during the week when people are watching and catching up later, they're like, permission granted. I'm like, what are you even talking about? I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. They're watching the video. They're giving their permission. Oh, good. They get to receive the energy and of the clearing. So If you want to start writing permission granted in that, then you will be included in the final clearing. And then we will bid you adieu, because I got to go back out there and either decide to dig some holes for some trees or continue in my never-ending quest of clearing our arbor.
Either one, just delightful. What is your read on this? We're going to chat amongst ourselves for 1 second here. That one is like,
yeah. So what I'm getting out of this is that one of the cards that we got, we need something else. Is this the,
what?
get his?
You want me to read it all?
Yeah. One of the things that I'm getting is I'm not sure your practices, Sam. So I come from an indigenous tradition that recognizes the 4 directions. In the teaching of the 4 directions, there's a specific time where our connection to the ancestors is stronger. Sure, throughout the whole year we have that. And that is the time usually of the north, right? Facing the north direction. The time of the north is usually when you are in the winter of the season. And that is the time where you can connect to the ancestors, when you really can connect to the wisdom, and that's when they teach you. And that tradition came from, that was the time that after harvest, you went in and you spent a lot of time indoors with the elders, right? Who would be telling you the stories that you would be able to then learn and carry on. So
Continue when you're ready.
Okay. So one of the things that this is saying is that if you want to continue having a connection, there are practices and ways, whether it's creating ancestor altars, whether it's I come from Mexico as well, honoring the Day of the Dead, where you can have that opportunity to still connect, not out of fear, right? But out of just understanding that time and life is a construct, right? And so one of the things coming in for this is that check in to see what your practices are, because there are might be ways that you can honor and find new practices to adapt to, or if you already have them, to discover them again, to have that connection.
I have a feeling that me and Marita are going to end up saying similar things from slightly different angles on language. So you got this Pachamama card. Did you already hold this up?
I didn't heal it.
This is the first card that you got. It is in the upright position. Pachamama is obviously the Earth Mother when it comes specifically to, the area of the Andes in South America. And then you've got 2 cards here that are upside down. One is the medicine of the butterfly Kachina, and the second one is the blessings from the son of Hana Pacha. So, yeah. So my sense in terms of what is the message from a loved one that you're getting, if we are to read this, is you need to return to earth. You need to return to grounding. You need to return to nature, and you need to return to your relationship to her, because if you don't, you're in for some harsh lessons. Things could take a turn in a direction that you don't want them to. And having a relationship, and it could just be in the world too. This isn't necessarily just about bad things are going to happen to you if you don't, we're at a time in history, in humanity's history, where we're at a major, are we past the point of no return or not? Depending on who you talk to, the answer will be different. But for you, what I think is important to understand is it's important for you. This is the message. It's important for you to return and connect to natural ways of being, to the earth, to understanding how to live in harmony, to knowing more about the planet. actually learning like plants and animals and their medicines and how they work and how they're in relationship with each other. Otherwise, it's not, it's just,
You will not learn the lesson.
it's not looking good that way.
Yeah,
like,
you won't learn the lesson that you're here to learn. And I think one of the things too is we have to remember that we are never alone. And so by returning to these practices, it's not about us just doing the practices, it's about building relationship.
oh yeah.
And so you will be supported. So part of this is part of also the message is returning to these practices will remind you and make you remember that you are not alone and that you're being supported. When you're doing the hello to the 4 directions in the morning, it's because you're building a relationship and you're not just like, hey, how you doing? I'm going to go do my stuff now. See you later, right? Compartmentalize it. Is, can you be with me, wind, water, air, fire, as I go throughout my day? Protect me, heal me, remind me of my humanity, my creatureness. And so it's a different way of being. And that different way of being will allow you to then receive help and guidance and come back home to yourself. And so I really think this is really not just like get your shit together. It kind of is. No, what it is it's time for you to come back home. It's time for you to return back to the mother, to build a practice, which means you are opening yourself to receiving help from Mother Earth, from the gifts and the teachings that she does and teaches us through the multiple kingdoms that she has.
And I would say some of those gifts specifically for you are healing and balance.
Yeah.
And like a disconnection from numbing and living in a way that is very out of balance, like in yourself. That piece is very specific to yourself. Like, I don't want to go into too many details because we do need to move forward and do the clearing for the group, but I hope that that lands clearly. I hope that resonates for you. I don't know what particular ancestor is speaking to you, but it seems pretty emphatic. We pulled the second card as a clarifier, and then we pulled another one to clarify, and they both gave a very similar message, and they both came in reverse. So I think the message feels pretty solid.
It seems it's landing as well.
Great.
And Sam, you can join me in 2 Fridays and just sit in the circle and listen to what it's like to learn.
That's a great idea, actually.
Again, it's donation based, and you can, and there is a meditation and as part of it, and just, you know, get back to being in a circle with people that walk this way. That's not weird to them. You know, I have some students who are like, oh my God, people think I'm crazy. And then I come here and it's not that crazy, you know, to say hello to the sun, sing to the trees, you know. So I hope that you'll join me and you can kind of maybe feel that walking home is not as hard as you think it is.
That's a good way to say it.
I know.
Write that down. Walking home is not as hard as you think. I think that's a really powerful way to describe it. Awesome. Since you are loving on this one so much.
Thank you so much. Okay, everyone.
The OG.
Time for the final clearing. If you're joining just now, we're going to do the final clearing. You participate in this is to write permission granted in the comments, whether now or later in the replay. Thanks again for being with us, and hope to see you in one of our other circles, our containers, our squares, our triangles. Rose has something coming up on Friday that's going to be very powerful. I've actually hired Rose multiple times and have to hire her again for help. Rose has the gift.
Not just because I'm accessible either.
Has a gift. Is that what? Has a gift and the ability. I don't know if that was one of our cats. Has a gift and ability to speak in the language that sometimes you don't even know how to speak in, right? Takes really your voice and is able to do that. So it's a powerful gift. She really encourages people to have the courage to be in their power. So working with Rose is not just copywriting. It's like, hey, is this really you? So it's a lot of shadow work as well. but a shadow work in a way that is so empowering that you are seen, and then you walk away with a product. So that's always amazing.
Which is amazing because A, you need it practicality wise, and B, you have like evidence. It's like a piece of evidence that you can look at and have the reflection of your own like self-knowing, your magic, the activation of actually hearing your work expressed. It is powerful to have like a physical evidence. Like after you go through some type of like not activation, like a rite of passage, and you have something that commemorates that transition, it's like having that, you know? Anyway, I'm working on somebody's copy today, so I'm feeling impassioned about it.
Okay,
Let's go.
let's do this clearing.
Okay, can we do that again then?
Yeah.
You're sweating. Marita's been working hard in the garden. And by garden, I mean the 8-acre property. I'm getting honey roasted peanut flavored ice cream.
Wow.
What are you getting?
I'm getting like a soft serve vanilla with sprinkles in not a sugar. What are the white cones? Those are sugar cones? No.
Yeah, they're sugar cones.
Sugar.
Waffle cones are the ones that are sweeter.
Yeah, I know, but there's another one that you can do.
Mercury.
Mercury, don't. Anyways,
I only know of 2 kinds.
I think there's 3 kinds. You do yours first while I investigate cones.
Okay, honey roasted peanuts. Honey roasted peanuts are not just sweet, they're also usually salty, right? Peanuts themselves are kind of flavory, savory, not flavory. Peanuts themselves are fairly savory. And I just am getting such a like circus vibe, even though technically it's not like a super circusy flavor. That would be like regular peanuts. I'm definitely getting this circusy vibe. I need to sit with it for a bit longer, babe. If you know what's going on with yours, I need to like
there's a lot of types of cones, especially if you Google them. Anyways, I'm talking about the sugar cone, but the sugar cone that that's kind of pointing. For some reason, it's very specific. I think it's specific because it was also like, if I was a kid ordering that, my parents would be like, what is wrong with you, right? Why are you getting the white bread instead of the wheat bread? Why, I wanted chocolate milk. I love chocolate milk for my lunches, and I couldn't. They'd be like, no, be the sensible, you need vitamin D. So this is really about kind of like that, that yes, it's good to be sensible, but you also have to have those moments where you can satisfy a different part of yourself, right? This is not about being overindulgent. It's about recognizing it's okay to live a life where you can put what you think or someone told you is audacious, like sprinkles on a cone, on a soft serve cone. They were also more expensive as a child, so we didn't get them, right? Those things that you think you can't have or should have because they're either out of reach or too, again, like carnival-y, like too like exciting and this, and I only save that for a rainy day. Well, honey, it's raining. Not in Arizona though. But this is the thing. We are not guaranteed tomorrow. We never have been and never will be. Unless you take responsibility to live your life. And this is not a free open, opportunity to go out there and to do harm to others, right? Because you're satisfying yourself. And that's not what we're saying. It's very PGG in the sense of go out there, enjoy the small moments, whether it's a butterfly that you see that needs help and you stop, right? Instead of just going on, whether it's feeling really the wind, the breeze on your skin and being grateful, right? And seeing that you're actually living the life that you want. maybe in small moments or being large. And the more that you can start seeing that in the small moments, you start seeing that life of those sprinkles that you ever always wanted as a child. You bring that magic, and then your view of your world changes. So this week, today, start to see those sprinkles on the snow cone, vanilla ice cream, whatever it is. Start to see the world not as from wanting, but that you get to have it. Right? Does that make sense? I hope it makes sense.
Okay, read on mine is that somebody in our audience really, really likes honey roasted peanuts. I actually don't. When I kept checking in about it, I just kept getting told like there's somebody out there watching who this is like a personal thing of theirs that's like bleeding into your read for the group. So I'm going to trust that. And whoever you are, your thoughts are louder than you think they are. You need to pay attention to that. Not a shaming, just to notice and maybe learn about yourself that you are really good at projecting stuff. Because I don't just grab stuff from the audience very often unless I'm working with a specific person. So anyways, we're going to leave it there. This has been Ice Cream Sundays with Nougats of Truth. My name is Rose with Live by Design.
I think you're being tested.
We'll talk about that later. My name is Rose with Live by Design.
Marita, one who catches lightning with the path of Ish.
With the pash or
My pronouns are they, them.
And we will either see you at an ice cream social sometime soon. Check out our Patreon if you want to be a part of it, or we'll see you next time. And we might be doing it this coming Sunday, but we might start announcing that we're going to be doing it on a less frequent basis. So I would recommend hopping into our group, Ice Cream Sundays with Nougats of Truth.
And joining a social.
Yeah, and joining a social, but also, you know, that'll be an easy way for you to know, like, what is going on with this live, because it is worth it to pursue the people that you actually resonate with. Don't be a lazy consumer when it comes to your guides, your coaches, your spirituality. It's amazing the people and places that I have connected to because I was proactive and I found people and I went and chased them. I didn't just like wait for them to pop up on my feed again. Trust me, it is worth it. If you don't resonate with us, no worries at all. We love you all. Thank you so much for being a part of the circle today.
Mahalo.
We'll see you next time.
Remember to live your life
to the